Hi, welcome to Schulte Sweeties YouTube channel. My name is Stephanie and I'm a mom of 3 girls ages 12, 8, and 6. We are in our 7th year of homeschooling. Now recently we have done all the spelling curriculum video, so I will link that up above here, but I am trying to go through some of these and explain kind of how we used them and what worked and didn't work on them. So today's curriculum is actually spelling power. Now spelling power is really unique because this is a book that you could use from ages 8 to adult for spelling skills. So when I was using this with my middle daughter, she is 8. So she's on the youngest side on this. And so I think it was maybe a little bit overwhelming, but if you have a student like even higher levels and still struggling with spelling, this could be an option for you. So I have mentioned previously that I got this for free from someone that was getting rid of it. And so I took that chance to use that. But you can find it used usually. Sometimes they have discs with it, like that you could have some extra printables. You can purchase it new. I will link some, I think I'll probably link it on Amazon with an affiliate link, but you can find it used probably around $40 to $50, I believe. So, but $40 to $50 for a spelling that can last you through the whole school age would be awesome. So this does take a little bit of getting used to and just trying to understand. What I did was I watched a lot of videos to try to understand it a little bit better. You can read, there's a lot to read at the beginning, and I have bookmarked a few things, but to kind of give you a general idea of how I did it, I'm not saying that I actually used it correctly, but how we used it is, so this is what this video will be about. So one of the first things you need to do to utilize this is to try to find where they place, because I will show you an example. It's just basically a long list of words. So you're like, where are we gonna start? So you start with a survey test, and you basically will give them this test, and I'll show you the test here in just a minute. But it says, begin with the first word and test until your student makes 3 closely spaced errors. That is, the misspellings are within a word or 2 of the previous misspelling, or a total of 6 misspelled words, whichever one comes first. So if it was spaced out, then count 6 of them. So I started with this test. It's survey test A, and I started with these words. They have sentences, and then you say the word again. So I just went down the list, and then we figured out. It says not to necessarily grade it in front of them, but I can't remember if I did or not. But so that's where we started, especially since she's young. So that after you have done that and graded it, seen how far they go, there is a scoring test chart right here on this page. So there is a scoring chart, and so it's for the number that they got correct. Say she got 14 correct, estimate that to be a 3.5 grade. And so then you would start on level C. Once you have done that, then you would go on to this placement test, and it's pretty similar where you have some different placement tests. I believe since I knew she started on level C from that survey test, I started on the placement test level C here. So I just went through the same. This doesn't have as many words, but I went through the words, the sentences, and then the word again. And then you go through that, and let's see, you just go through that list. This is to determine where you start in your level C. So if you missed 13 to 20 words, then you actually would need to go back and do another placement test to do study level B. If you miss 3 to 12, are still study level C, and you would start with the word list 109. Or you would go, if you missed 0 to 2, then you would actually need to go test on level D. So kind of complicated to find your spot. So it does take a little bit of time. I would estimate don't expect that you're going to just go right into this. So what we did, I think we ended up actually starting on group 1 when we were testing. So here is, you see C, and then this is group 1. And it basically tells you in your book to only test them for like 5 minutes. Don't go crazy. Don't feel like you have to finish this whole list. So I just started marking little dots next to the words that we had done. And after 5 minutes, or if there were just already a couple words that were misspelled, I would quit. So typically I would only have her misspelled like 2 to 3 words. I didn't want much more than that. So, and that's, I think, pretty typical. And so we have this little book. It's called Spelling Power Student Record Book. You do not need this, but I thought this was really nice. I actually purchased this years ago when my other daughter, did Spelling Power for a very brief time, and she barely used it. So I just ripped out the pages that she had used and let my other daughter use this. So what we do in here, I do like how this is broken down. So you have your daily test here. So this is the words that I was just saying from the list, and they go through it, and if they have words to learn, they would write it over here. There's like, you can write your name and date and all this stuff up there. And then on the following page, I'm just going to turn it on this side. So each page has this and the test. So this page, you can not see it very well because it's very light. So then you're going to put your words to learn over here, and then you're going to go through, it's called 10-step study sheet. So they explain the 10 steps. So hopefully I'm explaining them well. If not, you would refer back to this book. So you would say the word that you need to learn, then you look at the word, then you say it again, you close your eyes, and at this time you probably are not just saying the word, you probably want to spell the word instead of just say the word. So you're saying the spelling of the word, you're closing your eyes and spelling it again. You check it, check your word if you've spelled it correctly. You're tracing, like you can just like on your desk, trace the word with your fingers. Then you check it again. Or you could do like salt or sand, if you wanted to. Then you would cover it up over here and write it right here, check it, and then repeat if you need to and things like that. Then underneath here, each study word would have a sentence. So that's, it kind of is a lot of steps for if you would do a lot of words, but if you're only doing 2 to 3 words, it's not very much. Like they give you several lines down here. They're kind of tiny lines, but so you're not really going and doing too much with this, but it's just enough to like help you visualize it, and then you move on. So typically I would probably move those words that were missed to retesting it the next day to make sure that they were picking up on the right things that they needed to pick up on. And then we would move forward with our list, and you just keep going. So pretty much that is, like they just have a bunch of lists. So you would just keep going and doing the same thing over, having each day do a test of the words, and then doing your 10 steps for just a couple of those words that you've missed. So if they've not missed a word, then I guess they wouldn't have to do the 10 steps. So that is Spelling Power and how we have used it. I really actually did like the concept of this. I don't think my daughter liked it as much. It was kind of pretty boring for her, especially to I'm closing my eyes and doing all this. And she does not love writing the sentences, but I would probably go back to this if we needed to, if we didn't have a good fit right at this moment. So Spelling Power, definitely check it out. I will link it down below. Let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day.